Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Left you off yesterday with these two $10 units. I got these from my retiree scrapper, so 10 each. We went through them both. They both started. I've worked on them a little bit yesterday after the video, but we had a thunderstorm came up and I ended up having to put these aside. I'm just getting back to them today, so let's go through them. I'll show you all the parts I replaced. But the first thing I want to do with this Bolens here is I've got some primer. I want to sand that rusty area there and then go ahead and prime it. That way, while we're talking about this yard machine, the primer spray will dry and then we can put some green on it. I got some Rust-Oleum green. So I got some rough sandpaper. I'm going to go over there right now and sand that up a little bit. Mr. Cluck is going to supervise. I know I'm doing things backwards, but I want to be able to get that final coat on here. I do have a trap door for this. I got off of another machine that I cannibalized due to rust issues. The whole deck caved in. I salvaged the trap door. So you won't see any of this here with the trap door in place, but you'll probably see some of this outlying rust. Speaking of thunderstorms, there is a storm coming in off the Gulf of Mexico. It's starting to get breezy, so I'm going to get busy on this project. I will throw the machine under the tailgate of my pickup truck if we do get some rain. I've got Krylon primer if I can get the lid off, Color Max. So this is Earl Scheib at its best. Just something like that. This is the worst of it right here. So I'm going to leave that be, let that dry, and then we'll go through all the parts. Okay. So I'll start with this yard machine. This is a 2012. The recoil rope was bad on that one. I ended up putting another recoil rope on it. That came without a rope. There was just a short section left when I went to rewind it. I put a new blade on this, a new adapter, and a brand new cable. So let me discuss the adapter and the blade. The reason I went with a new blade and adapter, this was the blade that was on it, a universal blade. What had happened is this had shifted to the side a little bit. It had kind of rounded off the bow tie here. So I got rid of that adapter. It appears they had struck something and this whole thing twisted. So I ditched that. I've got a rotary number here for a kit. You can buy a kit 17-15019. What that'll get you is the adapter, the spacer washer, a new bolt. So that number again on the rotary kit, 17-1509. The blade I put on it, this is a rotary blade, their Copperhead brand, 15-6423. It replaces the original blade, 942-0741. If you Google that 942 number, you'll get some hits on Fleabay or the Big Jungle Company. I just happened to buy a 10-pack of these Copperhead by Rotary, and this is what I've got on there. So oil change on that as well. So new blade, new adapter on that. Okay, let's talk about the cables. Both of the cables had these style hooks, which they've kind of done away with and done more of the grasp, the tubing. We got Southwest coming in. The pilot's earning his money today. It's probably IFR conditions at the airport. I just felt some rain and it is starting to darken up. So both of these were rusty. This one here actually separated at the bottom. So let me give you a part number. Both of these were slightly different part numbers, but I used a replacement for this and it seemed to work on both of them. 7460466 alpha 1A. 7460466 alpha. You might see it also as 946. They kind of interchange the 7 and the 9s. If you do a search for the 946, you'll probably get a hit on that as well. 746-04661 alpha. So both of these units have new cables. So I did carb clean on both. Both tanks were cleaned out with compressed air. The Bolens had no recoil. So I was going to change it over to the spring out Paul, but I happened to do a John Hyde. He's one of my subscribers. He likes to go in his junk section and grab parts to make stuff work. So I pulled a John Hyde today. I found this in my scrap yard, a Murray recoil. I know it's a Bolens, but we're converting it right now with John's approval. It's going to be a Murray. So it is the straight Paul, and that's got the pointy cup, so this is going to work perfectly. I didn't have to mess with changing out the recoil assembly, so we have something to work with now. What else did I do to that Bolens? I got a cheat sheet. Sharpen the blade. The blade was salvageable. We're going to put the trap door on it and the cable, which I just discussed. It's got a new cable. So it appears the primer is somewhat dry. Let me go over there and try to match this up as Earl Scheib would have. And we'll put the Murray recoil on it and fuel both of these, see if they start and function as necessary. So on the Bolens, you may recall this radiator clamp was on the air breather, and it was actually hitting the top of the carburetor. You saw this broken O-ring. I went to take off the carb, and all these O-rings and the keeper were jammed on there, the intake tube. Two O-rings here, this keeper was on there, this broken O-ring was on there. So Harvey, the homeowner, really goobered this thing up with this, which he didn't have to, and he had way too many O-rings on the intake. So we're getting a little bit of a shower right now. I'm trying to paint a wet deck. So that's that. It's probably not the best spray painting with water droplets, but I got to do what I got to do. Let me put the recoil on this thing. I didn't think it was going to be raining this fast, but it is, so I'll deal with it. Let me put the cap on that so we don't get water intrusion. I hear thunder in the distance. I should be seeking shelter. Okay. Okay, since I'm down here, this one's getting a new filter. Put that on. So that was just a sprinkle. I see some gaps in the clouds, so I'm going to keep plowing ahead. I don't melt in the rain. So this thing is put together. Let's move the yard machine up, put this thing together next. We'll try a new filter on the yard machine. This oily, sandy thing came off of this. Remember, both of these decks were extremely sandy. This was sandy. This one was oily and sandy. Sandy and Cindy, the mower twins. Okay, so that's on. I did an oil change on the yard machine. Let me see what I did on this one. I think I did the Bolens as well. Yeah, we got oil, fresh oil. I did this one late yesterday, so I know we're in good shape. So this is the bracket that had came off of the Bolens. I had found this trap door. It's the same style as the original single 10mm bolt holds it. So like I said, I salvaged this off a dead machine, same exact fit. So this will go on that one like so. Once this dries up, but for right now, I'm gonna fuel them both and try starting them. So bear with me. So I've been getting a couple more mowers from the scrapper that delivers, not so much from the retiree scrapper. He said next month he's going to have a knee replacement, so I anticipate he'll be out of commission for a while due to the surgery and the aftermath. He'll have physical therapy for a while. Here's some thunder in the background. I just checked radar. This must have crept up quick. I thought it was going to slowly come ashore, but I think it's starting inland, actually. They can pop up at any time anywhere in Florida and dissipate. You could have rain across the street and nothing on your side. Nothing on your side of the street. Okay. I'm going to try the Murray / Bolens. I'm going to prime it. I don't see any fuel leaking out of the carb or the fuel line. Oh, also wanted to mention, let me do that right now. I used Walmart gloss for the both engine cases. And I usually don't do the mufflers, but since both of these mufflers were a little rusty, I used this Rust-Oleum high heat. It's a little more expensive than the stock gloss black, but you can paint a heck of a lot of mufflers with this, and I think it really makes a difference. When you do the muffler, you have all that surface rust. So I painted this one. It kind of got scuffed already. It just makes it look like it just came out of the factory. You don't have a nice looking case and then you see a bunch of rust spots on the muffler. Anyway, that extra 3 cents I think will help them out. Let me go over here and do this Bolens / Murray, the 2014. Okay, that didn't sound too good. Running rich, you could see the exhaust. I kind of remember the carb on this. I had seen that somebody had already drilled out the main jet, and I did notice it was a little larger than it should, and I believe that's what our issue is that the jet's too big because you couldn't see it, but when it was running, it was spitting out raw fuel right here. So I'm going to have to go through this thing and change out the cartridge. I probably should have did it on the safe side when I had this apart, but I figured since whoever had it running, that it was going to work for me, but maybe they didn't have it running. So my mistake on that, on this Bolens. So that's a stinker. So I'll mess with that. I don't think it's fuel related. I just got fresh fuel 2 days ago. The only thing it could be is when I was working on these yesterday during that thunderstorm, I had both caps off. Maybe some rainwater got in there, each tank, but I don't think so. We're going to find out here on the yard machine. This is just an automatic pull and go. Let me pull on this thing. So that ran a little rough in the beginning until the automatic choke started to function. So 1 out of 2 worked for us. So it's just started raining, then it stopped again. All that rain made me thirsty. I'm going to take a quick drink break here. Don't do this at home. Compliments of my children last Father's Day, I believe. This sippy cup. Just some H2O. So there you have it. The 2012 yard machine did a lot better than the Murray / Bolens, which is a 2014. So I threw some parts at these. It wasn't terribly bad. The muffler still looks good here after it heated up. I'm not going to touch it, but I can feel the heat radiating off of the muffler. So that's about all I got for you. I'm going to tear the carb down on this one again, put another cartridge on it and try it a second time. Kind of stinks, but these are easy to remove and put back on. So we're going to do that next. And if it stops raining, I'll probably throw another light coat of green on this. But all that's got to dry off first. Anyway, two high wheelers here. These are good sellers. So I don't think I'll have any issues selling both of these units. Anyway, thanks for coming out. Hope you got all those part numbers that I mentioned above. Please tip your waitress and wait staff. They're doing an awesome job. Thanks for coming out to Tommy Time. Appreciate all my subscribers. Oh, one last thing before I forget. Since this yard machine looks a little pale, we're gonna do a little rectification here on this thing. We're going to do a Lawrence Carroll special. I think this ATF has his name written all over it. In actuality, it does. Lawrence Carroll's trick is a little ATF on the deck. You get a sun faded deck, throw a little ATF on the metal, and he also uses it on the plastic too to make that look spry and young. Coming from an 80-year-old, still plugging away at these small engines, selling a few here this season, I think he knows what he's talking about. So I'm gonna do the Lawrence Carroll special here. Let's see what it'll do. I'm running a little bit low on my Lawrence Carroll juice. I'm gonna have to spruce this up, remove Mr. Snake, and just go to town on this thing. Whatever paint's left over or still on the deck, just get this thing to shine. Really helps when you're taking pictures of these. The sun really shows up on the unit, makes it look like it's not a piece of crap. But all you know it is because you've seen this thing as it has come off the trailer, and I've tried to resurrect it. You know, a lot of this stuff is rough. Take a bite out of crime. Okay, that did help. Lawrence, you're on to something here. I'm actually going to put some on this special sauce. Here, why don't we do this in case I screw up? I don't pour it all over the place. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I should do this more often. I don't take the time to spruce up the decks. I could squeeze an extra $5 out of people. We still got a little water droplet action going on from that little sprinkle we had. What do you think? I may even ask $20 more for it now, even though it's a 2014 model year. Oh yeah. No, it's a 2012. The Bolens is a 2014. Had to look at my cheat sheet. I deal with so much junk, I forget what's what. And I don't want to call something a 2014 when it's not, because somebody out there will recognize this sticker that they didn't start that till 2014 or 2012. It can't be a 2014 or whatever. I don't know that much about them. I just fix them and sell them. Okay, that actually did help here on the black plastic and this gray plastic. Kind of gave it some uniformity, if that's even a word. Okay, I'm all for the special juice. Probably got this at a yard sale. I would never have bought this from 7-Eleven. This is probably something an estate sale. I bought a box of oil and they had a bunch of stuff in the garage. Probably gave them $5 for 10 quarts of oil or something. Who knows? But all I know is Lawrence Carroll's name is written all over it. Hope you get fan mail, Lawrence, out of this. Tip Lawrence for this free tip that I'm passing along. This was all his idea. Throw some tips his way. Speaking of tips, tip your waitress and wait staff. They're doing a fine job. They really appreciate your generosity. Have a good day today. Thanks for coming out. Hope you learned something. Maybe you didn't. At least you got to say hi to Mr. Cluck. He's always hanging around, supervising large rear wheels of yard machine lawn mowers. Take it easy. Have a good day today. Well, damn it, Mr. Cluck. I didn't feed you today. Get busy. There's people watching. Uh-oh. Mr. Cluck's spring has sprung. Take it easy.